Hi, my name is Andrea Correlia, and together with my husband Carmen and my two children, Carla and Ron, we began attending what was then Markham Pentecostal Church in 1978.
This church held its first service on May 16, 1976. But that's not when the church began. It began years earlier in the hearts and minds of a small group of people. Two of them, Nelson and Audrey Raymer, were close friends with my parents. I have a vivid memory from sometime in the 1960s when Nelson spoke about a vision that God had given him for a Pentecostal church in Markham. He had no idea how it would happen, when it would happen, or where it would be located. But Nelson prayed every day for years with such passion for God's will to be done.
50 years of ministry is a tremendous testimony to God's faithfulness and your unwavering commitment to the gospel of Jesus Christ. There is a special connection between GKM and The Bridge. Your humble beginnings actually started as a visionary church plant from our own community, back when we were known as Scarborough Gospel Temple. A small committed group of people wanted to begin to reach their specific community. They were released and empowered to reach Markham for Jesus.
When people ask me how long have I been attending the church for, I say to them, well, all my life. My parents are one of the first families who came from Scarborough Gospel Temple back in 1976, who helped establish the Markham Pentecostal Church, now known as The Bridge today.
We also enjoyed hosting the annual corn roast on our farm in Markham every September for over 20 years. Throughout the years, I have seen God's faithfulness from the church's early beginnings to today, and I give Him all the glory.
My mom and dad were Don and Ev Clements, and they were part of the original group. I have one memory that's very special, and it's one that was after the land was purchased, but before any shovels went in the ground. My mom and dad used to go over to the property and walk and pray. And they were praying for every single person that would ever step foot on this land. After the church was built, they would go weekly and walk into all the rooms, put their hands on the wall, and they would be praying for every single person who was ever going to step foot in a church here. It really struck me this week that every single one of you that is here today was prayed for 50 years ago. And everyone who's going to come in the next 25, 50 years has also been prayed for. And I just find that really special.
If we today commit to prayer and faithful service like they did, God will continue to bless us.
A small seed planted decades ago has now grown into a vibrant, life-giving bridge for the Markham community. We are overjoyed for the season you are now entering, and I pray that your doors would always be open, your hearts would always be full, and your impact in Markham would continue to ripple through all eternity.
It is with great pride and great humility that I can sit here and say that my family was one of the first families who helped establish this church. And now, 50 years later, I'm happy to be part of that ongoing legacy of serving and blessing others, just as I have been.
Happy 50th anniversary from the Global Kingdom family.
Happy anniversary, Bridge family.
God has been so good, and I know He will continue to bless the Bridge as we move forward. Amen.